Thomas Elijah Whitmore was 17 the year he died. Born to a quiet seamstress in Augusta County, Virginia, he had no brothers, no father, and no farm to inherit. What he had was a childhood of poverty stitched together with threadbare dignity, and a mother who bore grief like a second skin. When war cracked across the southern sky in 1861, it echoed in every boy's bones like a call to manhood. For Thomas, it arrived with shame, not yet enlisted, not yet brave, not yet enough. He didn't tell her. He couldn't. He left a note under her sewing scissors, kissed her goodnight after supper, and by dawn, he was gone, marching with the 5th Virginia Infantry, a rifle too long for his shoulders and boots half a size too big. But long before he left, he had already written a letter. A single sheet of parchment. Inked in a trembling hand. Folded and hidden in the lining of his haversack. He hoped she'd never see it. Thomas wrote the letter on his third night at camp, under moonlight, while boys sang somewhere beyond the trees. In that hour, he wasn't a soldier. He was a boy alone, terrified by his own decision. Dearest mother, it began. If you are reading this, I did not come home. I did not tell you because I could not bear to watch your face fall, or your hands shake. I have done what I must. But if I have left you alone in this world, forgive me. Forgive me 1,000 times. He paused between each line, staring at the ink as if trying to read into the future. I do not fight for slavery. I do not fight for generals. I fight because other boys do. Because shame is a kind of war, too. He sealed it with wax borrowed from a friend, stitched it into his pack, and said nothing of it again. By July of 1861, the war no longer looked like parades and glory. It looked like mud. Sweat. Infection. Hunger. At First Manassas, known by Northerners as Bull Run, Thomas witnessed his first death. A drummer boy beside him was struck through the eye by a stray minie-ball. The sound of it, wet, sharp, then nothing, followed Thomas for weeks. He couldn't eat that night. Couldn't sleep. But he didn't cry. Not until the next day, when he saw the boy's boots, still neatly laced, still spotless. The fighting blurred into skirmishes, forced marches, nights without fire. He wrote no letters to home. Not because he didn't think of her, but because he feared what his words might sound like once they reached her, bitter, broken, or too full of sorrow. On September 17, 1862, the sky over Sharpsburg, Maryland burned red. Thomas's regiment was ordered toward Burnside's Bridge, where Union cannon fire turned men into vapor. He ran with the others, through smoke, over bodies, past screams that did not sound human. His foot struck something slick. He fell. And then he felt it, a punch through his side, sharp and cold. He bled beneath a tree, half buried in blue and gray alike. He reached for his haversack. Not for water. Not for rations. For the letter. He pressed it to his chest like a Bible. But he never opened it. 2 days later, a Union drummer boy named Eli Thompson found him. Eli was 14. Too young to fight, but old enough to bury the dead. He rolled Thomas gently to the side and removed the pack. Inside, among torn rations and bloodied cloth, he found the letter, sealed, unopened, addressed simply to Mother. He could have thrown it away. Could have left it in the dirt. But something about the handwriting stopped him. Eli didn't know Thomas. But he knew Mother's. He'd left one in Pennsylvania who kissed his fingers before he boarded a train south. That night, by firelight, he copied the return address from Thomas's uniform collar and mailed the letter north. The letter arrived at Sarah Whitmore's home on a Tuesday. She was stitching a jacket when the knock came. The envelope was stained and creased. She knew. She did not scream. She did not faint. She did not weep, not then. She lit a candle, placed the envelope beside her, and finished the final seam of the jacket. Only when the thread was knotted and the needle set down did she open the letter. She read it once. Then again. She folded it carefully, pressed it to her lips, and placed it inside the lining of her dress. She wore that dress to her son's grave 23 years later. Years passed. The war ended. The South fell. Statues rose. Stories were told. Heroes were carved in stone. But Thomas Elijah Whitmore was not a statue. He was a boy who had feared shame more than death, and wrote his mother one last truth. The letter survives. It was found decades later in a cedar box beneath Sarah's bed, beside a lock of red-brown hair and a pressed flower. It is now held in the Virginia Historical Society archive. Most visitors pass it by. They don't know the name. Don't see the blood in the folds. Don't feel the mother's hands shaking. But for those who stop, just for a moment, they will read the final words of a boy who died before he became a man: "I never meant to make you weep again." Some letters were never meant to come home. But sometimes, they do. Not to bring comfort, but to remind us of what we ask boys to become, and what mothers must survive without them.